Hello, this is Rev Dore teaching religious science, which is the teaching of the science of mind from beautiful Sarasota, Florida. You know, as I speak these words, it is 1 week from Easter Sunday, 2014. So I thought it might be a good idea to take a new look at Easter. You know, to traditional Christians, Easter is the commemoration of the ordeal, trial, and execution of Jesus of Nazareth, and according to Christian dogma, the physical resurrection and ascension of Jesus Christ to heaven. It is perhaps the most holy Christian holiday on the church calendar. Holy because during this Passover week in 31 AD, the pivotal events took place that comprise the heart and soul of the Christian religion as billions know it today. Easter, as it's usually celebrated today by the faithful, is 1/3 passion play and funeral and 2/3 miracle story. It's the story of the raw physical and mental suffering of one good man whose only crime was to carry out a divine assignment to bring light, love, and the abundant life to a world racked with violence, hatred, and ignorance. This simple Jewish man on a mission to bring light where only darkness had reigned before threatened the status quo and so was eliminated. But more central to the teaching of the Roman Church and most Protestants is the idea of literal resurrection of the dead Jesus into bodily form and his subsequent ascent to rejoin the Father in heaven, thereby paying a sin debt that I doubt that most of us knew we ever owed. This is the part of Easter where a good man was transformed into a god. Let's take another 21st century look at Easter and its experience and its significance for us. To me, Easter is an allegory for rebirth, the passing away of the old and the birth of the new. The death of Jesus and his passion on Calvary is a symbol of the sloughing off of the old life and of being clothed in the robes of the enlightened life, the peace that passes all understanding, the life lived in the conscious presence of the Creator that we choose to call God. This is not accomplished until we kill the old life, move beyond the mental myth of struggle, angst, and worry into what the master teacher Jesus called the kingdom of God. This kingdom was never a place in the sky, in the by and by, but a state of consciousness, a state of being that every one of us can learn to inhabit for the rest of our lives. The entire purpose of religious science and the science of mind teaching is to provide instruction and practice in attaining the kingdom consciousness, in attaining a state of oneness with God. This is the state that Jesus was speaking of when he told us not to worry about what we would wear or how we would eat. In the kingdom of God consciousness, these things are attracted to us effortlessly and naturally. Just as a bird or a fish does not have to worry about clothes or food, it's just there for the taking. This is the state of being that was the goal of the Gnostic Christians. The state of conscious communion with God, or gnosis, a direct knowledge of God, literally reaching out and touching the face of spirit. In a very real sense, we are modern-day Gnostics in religious science, practicing the presence of spirit each and every day in our lives, therefore transforming our lives from struggle to joy, from worry to peace and serenity. Easter is not a mysterious magic show where a man is transformed into a god, but a template for the transformation of our minds, our hearts, and our souls. We can all learn to live and work and play and love in the conscious presence of God. We can each know that God is within, ready to be the best companion and the greatest love we could imagine, only awaiting our rebirth as a spiritual being and the opening of our hearts and minds to a higher truth, a greater reality than we've ever known before. The first step in learning the true meaning of Easter is to get your ego out of the way. Send the little fellow to the corner for a while and just surrender all your preconceptions of God, life, and how things are. Open yourself to receive the conscious realization of the indwelling God that has been, whether you know it or not, within you since the day of your first breath. As a matter of fact, it's been with you since the beginning of time because you have lived forever. Begin a conversation with the God within and watch your life bloom and grow like the divine garden it was meant to become. If you are 12 or 90, it's never too early, it's never too late to move into this state of consciousness. If you have lived the life of a saint or the darkest life of hate, violence, and sorrow, you are most welcome in the kingdom of God. And the kingdom consciousness is that peace that passes all understanding. Be at peace. God and you are one, and you are becoming who you were born to be. All it takes to achieve this mental and spiritual state is to ask for entrance into this new room in your mind. Remember, in my Father's house are many mansions. That means rooms, and it means states of mind. Ask for entrance into this new room in your mind and allow the Spirit to infuse you. Make this Easter the season of transformation in your life. Be you transformed by the renewal of your mind. That's found in Romans 12:2. And it could be the motto of the science of mind for the 21st century. May the God within you be your constant, conscious companion. And may you know plenty, peace, and joy, richest blessings on each one of you. Until we're together again. This is Rev Dore Patlian saying so long for now. If you want to know more, log on to csl.org and find the nearest Center for Spiritual Living, which is what we call our churches and centers. And sign up for a class, or perhaps join us on Sunday and great celebrations that we have. I'm sure you'll feel like you just came home. Bye-bye for now.